Hey everybody, welcome in. My name's Josh, this is Gaming Joy channel, and we are doing a little more live modding. I was playing on Hutan Pantai the other day, and I realized um, one thing I haven't seen anyone release yet, and probably because an edit, is a fermenting silo. I mean, it's a pretty simple concept, right? Fermenting silo, or maybe a multi-fruit silo. How do you make that? I mean, it's easy, right? Of course it is. Let's dig in and check it out. I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how to piece it together from existing stuff, not having any knowledge beforehand. So let's figure that out. Welcome in, David. Welcome in, Towboat. And we're going to go. And we got the frame back. Sweet. All right. How do we make a silo? Back to our starting place. We have this. We're in our live modding folder. Silo pack. We're going to make a thing called the silo pack. I don't know what it's going to be in there. I don't have anything yet. We have a blank icon. We have a mod desk. Our mod desk says basically nothing. It has our hello black color in case we need it. But that's it. That's all we need so far. But how do we make... Let's start out with the multi-fruit silo. The multi-fruit silo is super easy. Okay? Let's look at that. And Tobot, I can help you with your mod in a little bit. Let's do the multi-fruit silo first because it's actually really quick and easy. So the first thing we're going to do is going to go to our data directory. We're going to placeables. We're going to map AS. We're going to probably do both the grain silo and the grain silo brick. We'll do the grain silo brick first. We're going to go here and we're going to take this file and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to open in a new window over here. Right? We're going to come into YouTube, live modding, silo pack, create a new folder. I like to put my XMLs all in one folder. Here, grain silo brick. We're going to open this one up, the grain silo brick, in GE. Because we're going to make some changes to the model. It's a really easy change, but we do have to make some changes. Here's the grain silo brick. Pretty simple. Save as. Let's go over to our live modding folder. Silo pack, i3D. Oops. So grain silo brick AS i3D, right? Pretty safe. Simple save. What does this grain silo have with it? Let's look. Come back into our XML. We're going to open this up over here. So grain silo brick AS save. What does this grain silo have? And what makes something multi-fruit? Okay, there's a couple things that make it multi-fruit. It's easy and it's not at the same time. So let's go through it. First of all, let's refer to our file. So we're going to change this. This is the base game file. We're going to change it to ours. So we have, they do bricks or brick? Brick.as. Dang it. File. Save as. The file is named wrong. It should be bricks. You always do a save as instead of renaming the files because there's like paths that link the files together and stuff. You don't want to mess with those. So now we're on the AS and then we go back into our folder. And because I'm a dummy and I named it wrong, we can remove the one that doesn't have an S on there. Perfect. You don't need the SKH60 anymore in this folder. It's fine. Okay, so what does the silo have with it? Let's expand it. Now, this is like the standard format for all this stuff. And where's my zoom key? Magnifier zoom. Turn on magnifier. Press the Windows key plus sign to turn the magnifier. Is that what I want? Okay. Sure. That works. Windows sign plus sign. So Windows plus. Okay. Do you see that now? And let's move this over here because I don't need it over there on this side. So this is like the standard format for the silos, right? The info trigger is the trigger when you can see it because it's zoomed in, but this is the trigger where you walk up and you can see what's in the thing. These are all your areas for how much space it takes. This is the silo itself. The silo has two things. It has a loading station where you load from the silo. You have an unloading station where you dump into it. And as you can see, it has this thing right here, which is an exact fill root node. Now, and it has a grain gutter link node. Those two things are important. The exact fill root node only takes bulk. So if we want a multifruit silo, we want it to take bulk and liquid and pallets, not pallets, and especially bales. So we're going to have to add a bale trigger. And then everything else it's the same. Well, we're going to leave it the same. We're going to let it be the same. How do I get out of zoom? Okay, so that's the idea. So that's what we're going to do. We have an exact fill root node. This is the drain, the filling part, and then we have to support bales. So how do we do that? So we're gonna like minimize this. This is a lot of stuff to look at. We don't need to change any of the clear areas, tip areas, not yet, at least. And then we have this, right? This is the loading station. The loading station is where it comes out. We're not going to touch the loading station because we like it. It works great. The only thing that we need to change is the unloading station. Now, the unloading station needs to collect more stuff. Now, the first thing we're going to change here is, see where it says fill type categories? Change that to bulk. Change this to bulk. Now, if we wanted to also take in liquids, we could do liquids, right? Right. And these categories, how do I know those categories, Josh? You always seem to know all of the things. How do you figure that out? Well, figuring it out is just as easy. We're going to open not a new file, a new window. Make it big. We're going to open a folder. Go to data. Open our data directory. Our data directory is super important. Then we're going to go to maps, the maps folder right here. And then we're going to go to maps fill types. This is the fill type file. We're going to kind of minimize it so we don't have to look at everything. I was looking at road salt before, so it's still stuck there. If I scroll down, we have fill type categories. These are the categories that the game knows about. See how this says fill type categories? Categories, plural. So in other words, it'll handle multiple if you give it multiple. There's bulk, liquid, piece, windrow, combine, sprayer, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of them. So if you want a silo to hold stuff, and you want it to hold liquids as well, so we do bulk and liquid. And this also includes, if we scroll way far over here, grass, hay, grass windrow, hay. This is grass, this is hay, straw, chaff. Forage and forage mixing. Forage mixing is, it's really named badly. I wish it wasn't named this way, but forage mixing is TMR, and forage is TMR that you haven't put all the ingredients into. That's how the game treats them. But anyways, back to our thing. We're gonna make this, we're not gonna make this a bulk and liquid silo. We could. I'm just gonna make it a bulk silo. If you wanna make it a bulk and liquid silo, have fun. And then we're gonna change the capacity because 75,000 liters is kind of lame. And let's load into the game and see what it looks like, or see what our little placeable looks like. So do one more new window. You don't need to do this. This is how I change things. We go to Farm Sim 25, select folder. It's going to open up this file, a was playing Can You Survive last night. Save that. And then game is still here. I'm going to do that. We're going to load the game in a window because it's just easier to do when you're debugging. Okay. Then we're going to start the game. Well, welcome in, everybody. I saw Farming with Outlaw in there. I saw Towboat and David. Welcome in, you guys. If there's anyone else in here, please let me know. Towboat, while we're loading the game and I can have a second to talk, what mod were you converting and what happened? I started the game, didn't I? This is my biggest problem right now, is that one thing I don't understand with the way the game works, and you can see this if you watch the like the incoming and outgoing network calls, is when you start the game, it contacts Giant's server, which is overloaded beyond means, and it waits for Giant server to talk back to the game before it actually loads. But that's what Steam is doing. Steam is making sure my game is up to date. Why would the game also make sure it's up to date? That's a waste of energy. And it also tries to download all the mods. So it downloads, it says, hey, give me all the mods that are in the downloadable content menu before you ever go to the menu. So it's wasting those network calls. And it's basically taking way longer to load the game when it doesn't need to. Whatever, let's go to a new slot. We were on Hutan Pantai because yes, we don't have to start farm, so I don't have to worry about buying land. Actually, just do new farmer. The intro chart doesn't work. Right, Giants, this is a bug. And then we want not this one, not this one, not this one. Keep that one there. Yes. Silo pack. Great. And then while we're waiting, we're going to go back to our data directory, and I'm going to find a bale. What's it called? Hayloft. Hayloft.i3d. This one is the one I want. I go here and go View Explorer. It pushes me on the Hayloft folder. I don't actually, I want both the i3d and the XML. And I'll explain something. Okay, ready? Let's go in the game first. It's ready to go. It loves me. We're on the farm. Let's make sure we own the land. We do own the land. Okay, there's their silo, and we'll convert that one in a minute, because that one looks cool too. And I'm gonna farmland. I own this field, cool. I'm gonna place it on this field. Go into construction. I'm gonna go into silos. And where's our silo? Is this ours? It doesn't say. Let's make sure. Here, we're gonna call this, we're gonna change the name of it so we know which one's ours. So, save. GS store. Getting a ton of bugs in the game. Giants, what did you break? What is this? Tree transport missions? I'm not touching tree transport missions. What are you doing, giants? Look, the game's totally crashing. My mouse. Seriously? I don't know what happened. The game crashed. It looked like this had something to do with tree transport missions, but it apparently didn't know that I was just using base game stuff. Frack. Let me make sure the mod desk isn't loading something that I didn't expect. It's not there because I didn't type the path right. Cool. We may have to do the building thing here, which is going to be super annoying. A cooking monster. I don't know what just happened. I mean, if you look at the log, that was like madness. Oh, I already killed it. The log was going haywire for tree transport missions not having ownership or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I'm not trying to modify tree transport missions right now. That's not to say that I wasn't trying to modify them. But not in this folder. Come on, game. Oh my god, why does it take so long? Oh, we have to start again. Sweet. So I'm just doing new farmer, right? Come on. New farmer. Nope. I don't want Urban Springs. Back. Bhutan, Pantai. New farmer. Like, that's not so hard. You don't, I'm only loading my silo pack. That's all I'm loading in the MacDon for whatever reason. Nice autocorrect, Hobo. That's great. Here we go. Confirm. Don't give me errors for tree transport missions, you dumb game. Alright, let's come in here. Let's construction this. We're gonna, where are we? Gosh, I don't really like how it keeps you zoomed out now. And I don't like how this thing isn't like normal anymore. It's stupid. Like, why is that like laggy? I'm in a brand new save. Seriously? Giants, you need to get your crap together. I was on the round tool. I wasn't on the square tool. Why'd you switch me to the square tool? Okay, let's go place our silo. So we made a silo. Where's the silo? It's going to be down at the bottom of the list, or should. It's not there. So let's find out why not. If the game is being dumb, we're going to have to deal with it. Silo pack. Load mod silo pack. Failed to open file. Grain silo brick.as. So if your stuff doesn't show up, what do? The first thing to do is go look in the log. And then you search for your mod name like this. So I'm going to search for silo pack. And we go down, and there's going to be an error if I did it wrong. There's obviously an error. Can't load the silo. That's fine. Thank you. Let's now that we did some work, let's live silo. Save. We're in a hard exit because we need to. And then bricks. Should be bricks. Yep, bricks plural. Load back in the game. So actually there's a modding tool. I think someone released, Power Tools for developers, which allows you to reset. The problem is I have to I think I'm going to have to zip these files. I don't think it's going to let me live edit out of a folder because, I don't know, the new game sucks for development. But like, see, this is my hell that I've been in. Terraformation, not transformation. Close. It's the delay in terraformation. So go to career, live silo. We'll only want the silo pack. Start. Let's try again. And the only thing we really did to this file, this silo file, is just change it from being to bulk, but it doesn't actually support bulk yet, so we have to make it support bulk, which we'll do in just a second, as soon as the game loads. Okay. Okay. I'm not even going to walk over there. It's a waste of energy. Go to silos. Go to silos. Sheds. Still in silos. Here's mine. Same price as before. And it's not loading the item. What do you mean, why not? So why isn't it loading the item? This is you go. What? So why? Why? I don't understand. Search. Search. Silo. The grain silo brick AS could not be found. Placeable loading i3D files not be found. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? Oh, I think I did. Sorry. i3D. Now this one I can fix while I'm still in the game. So if I just change that, exit out of the store, GS store items, reload. Now it should work. Go into construction. Now it's going to work because I reloaded that XML file. So now I can make changes to that XML file while it's open, which is really handy. So this is my silo. This silo is other places on this map also. But let's go make sure it works. Come up here. Park on the trigger. GS vehicle. Vehicle what? What's the thing to fill a vehicle? Does anyone remember? Add wetness. GS fill unit add 1 and 20,000. GS fill unit add 1 wheat 20,000. Fill unit dragon does not support wheat. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Here. It's working for wheat, which is great. Let's go up here. Let's hit our up menu. I'm reloading in-game by GS store items reload. Since placeables are store items in a map or in your mod, they're still listed as store items. When you do GS store items reload, it reloads them. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do grass windrow. Filled up with grass windrow, and it's now going to take grass windrow. I almost said glass. Look at with a W. Right? So we created a multi-fruit silo. We can store both grass and wheat in the same silo. Whoopity-doo. Right? But if I come in here and I do GS item, no. Spawn, no. Bale, add, grass, and row, 120. No, I want a 240 bale. I created a grass bale. And now the grass bale is sitting on the trigger, but the trigger is not taking it, right? But I want it to take it. Why not? Why is it not taking it? That's not fair. Just kidding. It is fair. It's totally fair. How do we do that? All right, we're gonna leave the game open. I'm gonna turn on the time so it doesn't get to be nighttime. We're gonna go back to our code. So the reason it doesn't take it is pretty easy. In our unloading station, when we're unloading into the silo, you need a trigger that knows how to handle bales. So we need a bale trigger, which is pretty simple. And all you do, so we're going to go over to Hayloft. So if I want to get a bale trigger, where am I going to get a bale trigger? How do I know that code? How do I know how I'm doing it if I'm doing it right? The easiest way to do it is just to copy something from the base game. So what takes bales? Oh, bales. The bale, the Hayloft takes bales. Okay, perfect. I'm going to copy the bale trigger. Copy. I'm going to go over to mine. I'm going to paste. What does this need? Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to go back to bulk. I'll put bulk there just to make sure it takes everything. What does this need? It needs a trigger and it needs a bulk. Okay, so bale trigger. Come down to the bottom to our i3D mappings. We're going to create, I'm going to find the regular trigger now, the unloading trigger, right? So our exact fill root node. This is all the unloading stuff. Add one here. And I'm just going to add a bale trigger. Pretty simple. Copy, paste, 4. Now, what does this map to? It doesn't exist. Let's make it exist. Here is our silo. And then we're going to go here to here in the base game. We're back in the base game again. Where's the Hayloft? Hayloft is in brandless Hayloft. So I'm going to come over here to data, placeables, brandless, Hayloft, and I am going to open the Hayloft i3D. Now what I'm going to do is super simple. I'm going to steal the bale trigger, just the bale trigger. And then I'm going to put it in my own model. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to go to here, Hayloft, unloading station, unloading triggers, bale trigger. You see this? This is the bale trigger. We're going to take that. I'm going to go export selection. I'm going to put it in the same folder as my i3D thing. Call this bale trigger.i3D. Okay. We're done with the Hayloft. We don't need anything else. We're going to go into our silo. It's still open. The game's still running. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go File, Import, Bale Trigger. Here's the bale trigger. I'm going to move the bale trigger. I'm going to move it up here into the unloading station, so it's the next one down. And then I'm going to click on the bale trigger and move it. So where's our bale trigger? Our bale trigger is kind of positioned weird. Set it to 0, 0, 0. I don't want it to be anywhere special, and then I'm going to move it. So I want this bale trigger to be at the same position as the exact fill root node. So I'm just do this, copy this, come here, Control-Shift-V to paste. I did Control-Shift-V to control. So I come over here, I'm doing Control-Shift-C to copy, and that's going to copy all 3 numbers. Come over here to the bale trigger, and if I do Control-Shift-V, it's going to paste all 3 numbers. Now, that bale trigger is super small. And I think it can be bigger. So how am I going to make it bigger? I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit Control-D to duplicate, because I don't want to lose the settings. I'm going to come over here, because I can't change the scale. See, the scale is not changeable, right? I can't change it. I'm going to go Rigid Body. If I unclick Rigid Body, and now I can change the scale. So let's do 2, make it nice and wide. We'll do 1.5, make it nice. No. 1.2, make it nice and tall, and Z, make it 1.3, 4, 5. Right? That looks good. Let's compare that with our exact fill root node. This is coming out to this line right here. Our exact fill root node is not coming out that far, so our bale trigger is going to come out a little bit farther. That's fine. Then we're going to move it up. The reason we're going to move it up is because if I come in here with a bale trailer, I want to load all of the bales off the bale trailer without me having to like do anything. So I want to make sure that my bail trigger sticks up in the air a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this bail trigger. Right now this bail trigger is just a box. It's not doing anything because it doesn't have triggers. Not a trigger right now. So I'm going to turn it back into being a trigger. How do you do that? I'm going to come over here to bail trigger. The first thing I'm going to do is going to edit, freeze transformations. Brings up this little menu right here. Oh, wrong button. Right? Translate, rotate, scale. I'm going to click on scale. Actually, let's bring this over here. See what it does. So I'm going to do freeze, scale. What I want to do is I want to freeze the scale where it is, and I don't want these numbers to be 2, 1, 2. I want them to be ones because that's the way the game likes them the best. So you want their scale whenever you get to go into the game, you want the scale to be reset to 1. It doesn't really need to be that way, but it does cause problems later on. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go hit apply. And now all of these are ones. Isn't that pretty cool? And then I'm going to close this because I don't need it anymore. And then I'm going to go over here to rigid body. I'm going to turn this back into being a rigid body. And then I'm going to go to rigid body. I need to make it a trigger again. So it's going to be static. It's not going to move. I need it to be a trigger. And I'll come down here to bail. I'm pretty sure that's the setting. But if I'm not sure, right, how do I know? How do I know for sure? Oh, well, wait, actually. We saved this. So this bail trigger is the new one. This is the old one that we copied, the smaller one. Let's look at what its settings were. Actually, this is kinematic compound dyne obj trigger. So come over here, change this to kinematic compound dyne obj trigger, which is almost the same as bail, but not really. I don't know what bail is for. You'd think that bail would be the bail trigger, but I don't know why their names are so dumb. Giants, your names are dumb. Do that. And I'm going to delete the second bail trigger because I don't need it anymore. Now our bail trigger is nice and big, which is great. We're going to come here. This number right here, the index path, 714. We're going to copy that. Go back to our XML. 714. Make sure our bail trigger matches. And then we're going to go back in the game. Now, it doesn't know about the changes I just made because I haven't reloaded them. So, store items reload. That's going to reload the XML. It's not going to reload the it's not going to reload the i3D. To do that, you need to do item. No, i3D. GS i3D cache clean. And then GS. Now, it's not going to reload this i3D, and forcing this to reload is actually kind of hard. I don't remember the console command. Actually, Cookie Monster, do you remember how to do the console command for reloading all i3Ds, like all placeables? Can't find it. Store items. Reload. I don't know what it is, so the easiest way to do it is you're going to come in here, save, exit, type quit over here, because that's faster. Yeah, I used to use EasyDev, so I'm like struggling because I don't know the actual commands to reload i3Ds. There is a way, I know. I just don't know what it is. Don't worry about it. And then we're going to relaunch the game. And this is the downside because it takes forever to relaunch the game. Next time, maybe I'll have the Power Tools developer thing installed and I'll know how to use it. I don't know how to use it yet. And don't forget to smash that like button. Welcome in, everybody. I see a bunch of people coming in. Simulator YouTuber, welcome in. There's actually 13 people watching, but only 4 people chatting. So let me know you're here. Let me know you say hi. Thank you for being here. This is just a quick little thing. I realized that I needed this thing, and I realized there was no really good explanation anywhere on how to do it. So let's show you. It's really easy, actually. Okay, live silo. Silo pack. Start. Because everyone sees like these bulk, like everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Someone finally released a bulk multi-fruit silo. Dude, it takes like 5 minutes to make your own. Like, it's not hard. And the reason why you're not seeing a lot on ModHub is because a multi-fruit silo with an existing building is an edit. That's what it is, which is why the game doesn't want you to do it. So, super player super strength toggle, go. Bail trigger not working. Let's find out why. So the bail trigger's not working for some reason. Let's look to see if the trigger's there. So if we look, if we zoom out, you see this? Did I forget to save? I probably forgot to save. I haven't saved since 10:40, so I saved 7 minutes ago. Good job, Josh. GS. Did you find that command yet, Cookie Monster? Yeah, so see the trigger? The trigger is the original bail trigger, and I need my bigger bail trigger. So please don't make me restart the game again. Okay, where is this command to do this? I know there's a command to do it. Pedestrian, reload, traffic, reload, environment? No. Placeables? No. Somebody find this out for me. I can't figure it out. Alright, I'm going to exit out again. Damn it. I have my bail trigger. It's nice and big. Hit save. Bricks.as. Save. Now I think this actually, so let's actually verify. I think this is the caching problem. So this is a caching problem I've been having. So if I change the version number to 101, and then I load the game, GS i3D cache, that actually might be it. I did that before though. Anyways, I'm already out of the game. I don't have time to wait for that shit. While we're waiting, we're gonna do, so I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna paste it, right? And then this copy, I'm gonna rename AS. So now I'm gonna make a fermenter, right? I'm gonna make a fermenter by making a fermenter, and I'm gonna copy the and I'll show you how to do it. It's super easy. While we wait for the game to load again, and hopefully our bail trigger works. It'd be really silly if I couldn't get a damn bail trigger to work. And then you can also have it store palletized products too, but there's no way to get them out. You have the right trigger for the i3D bail trigger. Well, I copied it from the hayloft. So I'm trying to advocate that if you need a special trigger or something... Oh, there it goes. It just didn't reload it. I must not have saved the file. So here we are in the multifruit silo. It now has grass in it. So if I stand here and I do gs bale add dry grass wind and a 240. And see how it's like going in really quickly. Boop. And now my multifruit silo, you can see it down the lower window if you could actually see that far. It now has a bunch of hay in it, 16 to 97 liters of hay. So now we have a multifruit silo. This is now a multifruit silo. Good job, Josh. Fantastic. And to confirm, you should also check the loading trigger, right? Come in here, hit R. We have wheat, barley, oat. I hate this menu, the fact that you can't get everything out. And now if you look, oh, here's a problem. So this, see how it doesn't show me the grass and stuff? Why not? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I didn't think of that. Come down. Why doesn't it, so why does the load, anyone have a guess why the loading trigger doesn't actually load the grass? Because we didn't tell it to. So this loading trigger is only unloading farm silo, not bulk. So change this to bulk. Hit GS, store, items reload, enter, and then I hit R again. And now, I thought I saved. Save. It doesn't say that it did it. It just says console command, GS store items reload. It doesn't say that it actually did it. Yeah, it's not reloading. That's so. Oh yeah, good. I saw that, Anthits. I saw you you let Looney Farm Guy know about it ahead of time. He posted something too, so that's pretty cool. Good job. So that's just the loading trigger. That should be fixed. I don't know why GS store items reload is not fixing it, but sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. So let's save. And we're going to assume that that's going to be fixed the next time we go into the game. We'll check it. But since it takes us so long to get in and out of the game, we're going to get as much done as we can in the meantime. Okay, so I quit. This one's done. This one right here, we're going to work on. Okay, so now I'm going to build a fermenter. How do I build a fermenter? So we're going to call this a brick fermenter. And we're going to do fermenting silo. Fun. Copy. In our mod desk, create a translation. Function fermenting silo. Okay. I'll be nice. So we now have a fermenting silo. We're going to make this one $40,000 because it's whatever. And how do we make a fermenting silo? We're going to use the same model. We're not going to change the model. We don't need to. Let me rephrase that. You don't need a separate model for different things if you do it right. Okay? What makes a silo different from a production? Well, let's look. Let's think of a production. What's a production? I don't know. Brandless. Is there a production thing? No, it's probably not in brand lists. We're going to go into map AS, a bakery. Let's open the bakery. What makes this a production? First of all, placeable type production point. Cool. It's not production, it's production point. Perfect. What else makes this a production? This all looks the same, all looks same, all looks same. Trigger markers. Oh, this one has trigger markers for the output. We don't need that. Unload trigger marker, player trigger marker. We're going to need this, so we're going to copy this. Copy. Again, we're not like re-engineering the wheel. We're not trying to figure out how to do stuff without, like, with no information. We're just going to copy and paste. All I'm doing is copying and pasting. Now, I happen to know what to copy and paste. And then we have a production point. Oh, that must be what I need. Copy. Paste. Now, I'm going to just comment out the silo because the names are... Now, what is different between copying from a bakery into a silo? Now, the only things that are really different, right, are going to be like the name of the triggers. Like, you want the name of the triggers to match your silo, not match the thing you copied from. So all we have to do is do a little bit of copy paste. So the load trigger, selling station. So there's selling station and loading station are the same thing. So we just do load trigger. No, it's not. Sorry, selling station, and then if I remember correctly, it's a loading station. So we need a loading station. So let's copy the loading station over. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Selling station. This is for unloading. So instead of it being an unloading station, it's a selling station. So we have an exact fill root node, not an unload trigger. We'll make that. But let's figure out what our production recipes should do. We're just going to do... Okay, get rid of all this. What do we want this thing to do? So let's think about it, right? We want this thing to take in grass, windrow, and let's just for funsies, million. We want it to take in hay, dry grass windrow. We want it to take in straw. And we want to take in chaff. And what do we want to output? We want to output silage. We're going to output twice as much silage as we put as an input, so we don't run out. Okay, now we need to make recipes. Let's make a recipe. Let's delete all the recipes that are there because we don't need them. How do we make recipes? So this would be grass silage. It's going to make... This is so this is string replacement. So if I do this, so fill type grass, and then in parentheses is what it outputs. So I'll make it. So it's going to convert from fill type grass. Oh, actually the other way around. Sorry. So this is silage grass. So it's making this a silage recipe from grass. And then we're going to make another one that's, so this is grass, windrow, silage. Do 1,000. We're just going to do 1-to-1. Whoops. Recipes. Cycles per hour. We're going to make this 10 or whatever. Cost per active hour 0.5. Now we've made one recipe. Let's make all 4. 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's... Yeah, chaff. And then straw. This is chaff. This one is going to be hay. And I don't think it's fill type hay. It might be dry and grass. So we have 4 recipes: grass, hay, straw, and chaff. This is our storage. Blah, blah, blah. That's all we need. We have a loading station to dump stuff in, to pull out of the pipe, because we only want to pull out of the pipe. But we need to tell it what to pull out of the pipe. So fill type, plural. And farm silo actually might be what we need. If we go back to here, the fill types, where's farm silo? Farm silo takes not what we want. Blah, blah, blah. We want hayloft, but we don't want a hayloft. Hayloft is not what we want. We want our own, we want something that's different. So you can either make your own category. You don't really need to. One easy way to do it is to do this. Just do forage wagon. So let's do forage wagon. It actually doesn't have storage for forage wagon, all the forage wagon stuff, but it might let us do it. Fill type, category. If not, we can change it. It's not a big deal. Don't need a pallet trigger because you can't have pallets of stuff. We do need a bale trigger, which we already made. So let's just use that one, which we know works. Bale trigger. Perfect. We have our 4 recipes. We have a loading trigger. The loading trigger is loading forage wagon. That one we want forage wagon also. We don't need a pallet spawner because we're not storing pallets. There is no bale spawner, so that stinks. Where's the hayloft? Hayloft pump. So we're going to change this. The sound of this is going to sound like a hayloft. Like this. Diffestate? Digestate? Yeah, we could have it be, so we'll work on that later. If you want it to be like an output of this, like a side effect, you get a digestate from this. I've seen some people do, like, if I wanted the chaff silage to output also digestate, I would just come in here and just do this. Copy, paste, digestate 10. And so for every recipe, it's going to output just a little bit of digestate. If I wanted to deal with that, I don't. We're just going to just ferment. Straight up fermenting like the one that I always use, which is the Hessian fermenting silo. Okay. What else? We need to make sure that the triggers are the same. So most of them are, because we started with our silo. Loading trigger, loading set, pipe effect. That's from ours. Exact fill root node. Unload trigger AI node. That's not correct. AI unloading node is correct. If only Giants would use the same name for everything, it would make hacking their code way easier. AI loading node is correct. Bale trigger, exact fill root node, selling station. This one we don't have. We don't have a selling station before. We had a loading station. But we can make one. So we're just going to go here, copy, paste. And the last thing we need to do is we need the little, we don't need it. Let's just not use it for now. You technically need one of those like gear things for your production menu, but which is this, but I'm not going to deal with it right now. I don't really feel like it. So we're not going to put a player trigger. This is not going to have a player trigger. It might yell at me. And then we're going to copy relative path, go back to our mod desk. This, enter, copy, paste, copy, paste. That's right. And load into the game. Let's bump our version number just for the sake of it. Hey, CS Benji, welcome in. Thanks for being here. And Dawn, sorry, I saw you come in, but I didn't say hi. Thank you for being here. Anthits, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Anthits, you the one who sent me the fast track, the 3200. It works great, but I have a couple comments for you. Come on, game, load. You can do it. There you go. Career, live silo. Double check that the version number that you're seeing here is the version number you want. Start. Let's confirm that the trigger. No, Dawn, I didn't try that yet. You mentioned that last night right before I went to bed, and I woke up and started streaming again, so I haven't tried it yet. Multifruit silo. If I go left, see now it's giving me everything. It fixed. Good job. Okay. So now let's place down our production. Construction. So that's our production. This is the production, or not? That's the silo. So I'm gonna go over to productions now. It's not here. It's gonna be in silos actually because I don't think I changed it. But it's there. It doesn't really matter which menu. See, it's showing up the wrong menu. It's in the silos menu, so let's fix that. Here, this should be in the production menu. I don't know what all this stuff is supposed to be. I'm gonna come over here to the bakery, scroll up, and I'm gonna go from species to brush, copy. I don't claim that I know everything. I know how to copy and paste. I'm really good at copying and pasting. And then hit. We're gonna exit out. GS store. There's no fan sound node. Oh well. There's no fan sound node. Yeah, it's not the GS store items reload isn't working. Okay, so this is our production facility. If we place it, what do we get? Well, let's look. Go to our productions. Now we have a brick fermenter. That's what we named it, right? We could do chaff, silage, grass. Oh, a couple of them we messed up. So fill type hay. Okay, we did that wrong. This is making silage out of straw. This is making fill type hay. This is making chaff out of chaff. That doesn't make sense. So we have a few edits that we did wrong. Let's fix that. The first one should always say silage. That was wrong. And then this is not this. This is, if I remember correctly, it's dry grass. Save. GS. GS production points this. GS production. I don't think it's going to reload it, but I'm going to try. There is a way to do it. Yeah, see, it's not going to fix it. But we have our production, our brick fermenter. Now let's make sure it takes what we want it to take. GS bale add. What's it called? Windrow 240. You're not seeing these, but they're going in. They're just kind kind of floating through the air. Dry grass windrow. Let's add some straw. Up, enter, 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 up, enter. And then I can't spawn a chaff bale, can I? Actually, we might, because they had the go wheel pack was in here. Nope, I can't spawn a chaff bale. That's okay. I can do that with here. GS vehicle. Fill unit add 2 chaff 10,000 liters. Dump. Our bale trigger works. Our input trigger works. We go to our production menu. I can activate all of these recipes, even though this one has a translation error. I've activated all the recipes. Since the recipes are doing, and we do running 240 cycles per month, $12 per month to run. That's pretty good. Cycles per month's a little low, so let's up that. So actually, no, let's think about it. 240 times 1,000 means that it'll process 240,000 liters per month. So let's make it a little bit faster. 100, 100, 100. So we're just gonna make it 10x faster. We're gonna make it super fast. Super fast. Save. But it's already creating silage, so we can come in here and we can go R. Now the cool thing is, because we set it up to use that category, it has all of this stuff in the category. But it also has total mixed ration, right? This actually doesn't make total mixed ration. We could tell it to make total mixed ration. Let's do that just for fun. Okay, so this looks great. File. Save. We want a total mixed ration recipe. So quit. Because our output fill pipe says total mixed ration, we're going to make a total mixed ration recipe. Commie. Paste. Who knows the recipe for total mixed ration? Does anyone know it? It's all the stuff we have here. Thank you, J Turk. You're on the ball. 40, 20, 20. So, dry grass, windrow, straw, silage, and we want 40, 40, 20, like that. Grass, hay. Oh, grass, hay, and straw. What? No, TMR. We're making TMR, dude. You need silage. Oh, silage is a 40. Like that. So, dry grass, 400. Silage, we'll put it second, because then it'll put it in the right order. Second. And then we're going to call this fill type. Total mixed. I don't know what the fill type is for total mixed ration, so let's go find out what it is. I don't remember. Come in here, find forage. It took me a while to translate the word forage mixing into TMR, just because it's dumb. But that's the translation string. So I needed the translation string. I don't know what it is. This is where it is. I look at my fill types file. I copy that, paste that, and I change this. So the way this works, by the way, the name and the params, the way that works The way that works is it's a string replacement. So %s means a string. And then this is another %s means another string. So it's going to basically take this, and I could make this say banana chicken, and it'll just say banana, silage, chicken, chaff. It doesn't matter. That's just string replacement. Right? So it is what it is. But let's go here. I'm going to save. And that's all we changed. That's all we needed to change. And then hopefully it'll be in the right menu now. And then I'm going to load the game, and I'll be right back. I thought I saved last time. That's okay. We wanted to check the menu anyways. So we're back in the game. Sorry for that. Just step away for a half second. Instruction. Productions. Now it's over in the production menu where it should be. And now it's being fussy. Could not load item. We could not load item. Festival does not support fill type forage mixing as an output in production. What? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Giants, you're a freaking idiot. Oh, you know what? It's not. I was wrong. It isn't. We need it here. That error is wrong. It says it does not support the storage does not support fill type. So they're right. I was wrong. It doesn't support it. Let's see if the game will let me reload it. GS store. See, now it's letting me place it. So I just needed to add that storage thing. Areas restricted. This is a bug in the game, by the way. See how this says areas restricted right here? Areas restricted because there was something there, and because that object didn't load correctly because the file name changed or whatever, it won't let you place something down. So that's actually a bug in the game. I've told Giants about it. Supposedly they know about it. Whatevs. But let's fill this thing up. Chaff. Did I have a double quote? No, no, no. I honestly, I didn't add forage mixing to the storage. So it's totally a valid error. I just didn't add it to the storage because I forgot. I like this song. And we could do it this way. The other way we could do it is to do it through the menu. We can just do GS. So production buildings, you can fill yourself through the GS menu, which is cool. So you do it like this. Do GS. Let's zoom in. GS production points list. You get a list of all production points on the map. Mine's the last one, the brick fermenter. GS production point set fill level. So 14 for the index, all, and then 1,000,000 liters. So I'm setting the production fill level for everything to be 1,000,000. And when I go into my production menu, now all of these are set to 1,000,000, right? Which is super handy. We have a little bit extra straw in here somehow. Why straw is limited at 175 instead of 2,000,000? I'm not sure I understand. What? What? Blah, 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 blah. Divark ABC, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Elgato Wave DX or Shure MK7? Neither. I'm using a Beacon mic. With a Beacon Mix Create, and I absolutely love it. It is the best purchase I've ever made for streaming. It's the best system. The Elgato software is crap. You can use a Shure MK7 or MV7 or whatever it is plugged into both the Elgato system and the Beacon system. I actually prefer the Beacon system. I think their software is way better. This is their software in case you wanted to see. So this is the Beacon software. Whoops. This is the Beacon software in case you wanted. I have things separated in channels. The microphone's here. My game sounds are here. I have a controller where I can control the sound like from a little dial on my desk. I have the music, which is coming from Edge, just playing on a website. Chat, browser, all this stuff, and then I have a full mic profile right here. No, is it here? No, here. And I can fully control my mic thing with all of the noise suppressions, expanders, compressors, all that kind of stuff is all set up there. I really absolutely love the Beacon system, except for one thing, and it's just a bug, and it'll fix. All right, here we go. No, I can't, but I can show you how to do it. Brock, it's a really, really super idiot-proof change to make. But anyways, so there's our production, and it's working fine. The names are working fine now. It says silage hay. It has fill types. The weird thing right now is, see how I set the capacity to 1,000,000? But this says 1,000,075. And I really don't know why it says that. Oh, actually, I do know why it says that. Never mind. Why is that? So why is that happening? Who has an idea? Does anyone have an idea? That's happening because is getting a shared capacity with this. See how this says supports extension true, supports extension true, is extension true? Because this line right here says is extension true, it's sharing its capacity, this 750,000 capacity, with the silo that's right next to it. So if I set that to false, which is what I want, GS store items reload, done. Go in here. It's still going to do it until we reload because it's just too close. Because they're extensions, but they don't have to be extensions. You can also do the storage radius is like 10, which makes sense. So you set your storage radius to much lower. And also here, the storage radius over. We don't want to fill level sync threshold over here. We don't want that. Go away. The 0. False. So we don't want to support extensions. We want those off. Storage radius. This is just a standalone building. See if any of that stuff took. No, it's probably gonna wait till I reload the game for that stuff to happen. No big deal. But essentially, that's our recipes in all of our stuff. So we can turn on forage. Did I use the wrong thing? Why does that say total mixed ration? Hold on. Forage mixing. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Oh, cool. They actually fixed it. It was backwards before, and now I guess it looks like they fixed it. So this is actually supposed to be forage mixing. This is supposed to be forage, not forage mixing. Thank you for the single quote, Keith. I just noticed that. Thank you. I just got it. I don't know if I can reload that directly. Point. If there's no reload. If anyone remembers how to reload placeables, that would be super helpful. Right now, it's not working. Because store item. Whoops. Store items reload is reloading some stuff, but it's not reloading other things. It's not reloading this menu for some reason. It still says forage instead of TMR. So yeah. And to answer Brock's question real quick, go back and watch the beginning of this video. I talked about how to copy stuff from base game and save it into your own mod folder. I'll do a separate video on that at some point, but if you go into map US, actually no, if we go into placeables, map US, we come into stable 1, stable 2. Is there a pig farm on here? Probably not. Placeables, Rudolph Horman, pig barn, medium. Literally, if you want to do is take this. If I copy this file, I come over to my mod, I paste that file, pig barn big. I come down here to the pig barn big, and I look in here, and I just ignore everything because it's all stuff that has nothing to do with me. And I come in here, and I go into animals, num animals, 3,000. If you're changing the number of animals, you also need to change the capacities of everything. So I'm going to add, I'm like doing 2 zeros on all of that stuff. So the amount of liquid manure and straw that I can store, I'm adding a whole bunch of space to it. Food capacity, I'm going to add a couple zeros to that too, because I need 100 times more food than I had before, because I went from 450 animals to 3,000 animals. And then I hit save, and then I go in here, and then copy paste. Whoops. And like this, copy paste. And it was called pig barn big. And just for rocks to understanding of how fast this is to actually do that. Okay, I just made a new pig barn. Done. Let's save the game, because we want to make sure that that forage updates to forage and not forage mixing. Save. Quit. We're going to bump the version just to make sure, because we added our little pig barn. Save. Reload the game. Yeah, the reload is finicky. I wish it would reload all the time, but there's also a caching problem right now with loading from a folder, which is what I'm doing when I do live editing, where sometimes it loads an old version, which is really stupid. Okay, at some point it just gives up loading from the folder, and I don't understand. With a folder, it should always consider that folder completely fresh code. It should never, ever, ever cache a folder. But the game is caching it. And I approve. Go back here. Start. Oh, it's now 93. Great. Oh, that's actually good to know. Thank you, Keith, because I'm going to be submitting a mod today. So I need to up the desk version to 93, or else they'll say, hey, your desk version is wrong. Please submit your mod again. Because they're dumb. All right, so what did Brock ask? Brock asked us. He was like, hey, can you build a pig barn? Sure, why not? Cows, horses, pigs. This one right here is the one from our mod. And there you go. Sure, yes, place meadow. And now if we look in our menu with our animals, we have a pigsty large with capacity for 3,000 pigs. Done. There you go. Welcome. Let's check our production menu real quick, and then that's going to be it for me today. Production. Brick fermenter. And now it says tick total mix ration instead of forage mixing, which is what it wanted to. So that's literally it. And we can turn this on. Enter. Now it's creating total mix ration from the stuff we have in here. Good. Yay, we're done. And so that's it. Like, I just created a fermenting silo. And the only big difference, the biggest difference here, right, was that we needed to create a bale trigger. Oh, and also notice that it's at the right numbers. It's not sharing with the one next door anymore because we fixed it. But we needed a bale trigger. So for this one, for the multifruit silo, you need... Oh, God, stop tabbing. I didn't hit tab. GS bale add. Don't do bale at all, by the way. It's insane. Grass windrow 240, and boom, it creates a bale. If just to see, because you're not really seeing that happen, I'll go do it. I'll do it right here. This is our grass windrow bale. So there is a trigger, and if we look, hit F5, you're going to see debug mode physics, debug mode light sources, audio sources, occluder, precipitation, physics, and you can see the size of the bale trigger. So the box on the outside, that's the info trigger, and this one's the bale trigger. I wish it would put little names on those triggers somewhere so I can actually see them. And then you see when I push into the bale trigger and let go, it takes the bale into the silo. So that's in the silo. But yeah, that's gonna be for me today. I wanted to keep the video kind of short and sweet. That's how to do all of those things. So if I wanted to do that same thing with that model, that would be my challenge to you. Take what I did today in the video. Yes, I was. Don, thank you very much. If you want, like, you think to yourself, okay, Josh did it on this thing, I can take this silo over here and do the same thing. So that's my challenge to you. Go into your thing, go into your editor, get GE in XML, take this silo and do the same thing. Follow the exact same steps and make a fermenting silo out of that, or make a multifruit silo, or whatever you want. And challenge yourself to do something different, to figure out. And what I'm teaching you is not just what to do, but why. And where did I get that information? How did Josh learn that information so that he can tell you? And the reason is because I'm researching and I'm looking and I'm finding things. I'm looking at the base game files. I spend lots of time researching and like figuring out what the base game does, how it does it, trying things, testing it out, and seeing how to fix things or break things or whichever one you want, right? So, yeah, that's it. We're actually going to do a raid because I think Rusty's live. So let's... I've never done a raid, so let's figure it out. You guys ever done a raid? I've never done a raid. Live. And then who knows how to... I think I have to edit, right? Edit. Customization. Redirect. Who else is live? Rusty's live. All right, so I want to say thank you for everyone for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys can learn something new. If you have any questions, hit me up on the Discord. I will be submitting the industrial sawmill today. I'm pretty excited about that. And then I'll be doing the farm fill stations hopefully also today. So watch out for those two things. They should be coming to Mod Hub real soon. And yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And have fun over in Russia. Tell Rusty we rated him. I don't know how the raid's going to work, so bye-bye. Do I need to end or something? All right, I'm going to end. See you guys later. Bye.